Hello everyone, this is Steve. Welcome back. Today I want to talk about the Hasselblad 45P lens. Look how small this lens is for the X1D, or the X system I should say. Here is the X1D2 with the current 45 on the body, and now here it is with the 45P, much smaller. And I will also tell you that it's much quieter and a little bit sharper, if that's what you're after, compared to the original. Let's talk about this new 45P from Hasselblad and why I feel this lens is going to be a system seller for Hasselblad. So this new lens from Hasselblad is pretty amazing on the camera. It's small, it's light, it's silent, and it's actually a little bit sharper than the old version, the old 45 f3.5 right here. Now I say old version, but this lens, according to Hasselblad, is still current production. You can still buy the f3.5 45 XCD. This is the 45P, and it's an f4 lens. Now, the P does not stand for pancake because, as you can see, it's not really a pancake lens, though it is a lot smaller than the older 45 right here. Now, as far as image quality goes, which one's better? How about cost? Well, the new 45P, being smaller and silent right here, comes in at $1,099. That is absolutely amazing for a Hasselblad medium format lens. It's actually quite astonishing, really, because the new 45P, as I said, gives you advantages over the old version. It's a little sharper in my tests. It's quiet. This one has that clankety clunk shutter sound. Snap a picture. Ready? Here we go. Okay, now here is the old version. Ready? This is quite a powerful combo because it's easy to walk around with, fits in your hand just like a full frame camera does, except this guy right here is medium format. Look at that sensor. It's just absolutely humongous. You have the 50 megapixel sensor in the X1D2. I have done my full review of the X1D2. I will link to that video in the description below. I'll also link to the written review at my website of the X1D2, as well as the 45P, so you can check out these images online. But let's take a look at some image samples from this combo right here. And as I show you the samples, I'll talk a little bit more about the lens itself and what it brings to the table. So right off the bat, here's a picture of Debbie with the new 45P at f4. Typical X1D file quality, looks beautiful. Here's a shot with the old version, the f3.5 45, the bigger, louder version, and version that costs $1,500 more. Very little difference here, if any, in the image quality, and that is a good thing. Both of these 45s, here we go, 45P, that's the full image, 45 f3.5. There's some slight differences, but very slight. Here's another one with the 45P at f4 indoors at a restaurant, no lighting, natural light, and these files look fantastic. You even have some shallow depth of field there. This lens is really a powerhouse lens for such little money when you consider that it is working on a medium format and was made for a medium format body. There I was street walking there. I took a selfie in the mirror. Here's a storefront. I wanted to see the color, the crispness, the sharpness, and wow, the color looks fantastic, as does that detail. Here's that orange door. The file quality from these cameras it's just so smooth. Look at the way that orange is rendered, and yes, that orange looked just like that in real life. Here's a shot while at a red light. I saw this man carrying his sign, homeless, looking for
a few dollars, a few cents, whatever anyone can help him with. It looked as though his back was hurting. Here, just testing the light, the way it rendered in different lighting. Here's that nice color you get from the X1D. Another color, dynamic range is just fantastic. And the detail, if you want that, is there as much as you can use. Look at the way this goat rendered in that background is just beautiful. So the lens, in my opinion, this 45P is well worth a look. If you don't have a 45mm yet for your X system. If you have the old 45, I don't recommend selling it. You're just basically going to get a quieter lens and a smaller lens. But if you already own the old one, you already have a wonderful, wonderful lens for the X system.
So shooting a camera like the X1D2 is totally different from shooting something like, say, a Sony a7R Mark IV. The Hasselblad X1D2 in my hands feels a lot better. It feels like a handmade, bespoke kind of product. It feels really, really good. I've said many times, and I'll say it again, the X1D and the X1D2 are my favorite designs ever in a digital camera body. There's something about them that just feels really, really good in my hand. The dynamic range and the low light capability of the sensor in the X1D and X1D2 is also astonishing. And this is a camera, a medium format camera you can take with you anywhere, any time of the day, as I've been doing for the past couple of weeks with this 45. It's really, really a great lens. Now, if you're buying the X1D system or you own the X1D system and you don't yet have a 45 and you're mulling over, should I get the old f3.5? Should I get the new f4? Totally get the new f4. You're saving, what, $1,400, $1,500. You're getting a smaller lens. It's much more quiet. It's a little bit sharper in my experience. And all you're losing is that jump or that f3.5 aperture. You have f4. So, but the pros far outweigh that little bitty con. So again, the X1D2 with the new 45P is absolutely amazing. I love this little combo, not only for the way it feels, the way it all looks, the weight, it's so easy to carry around, but the quality of the files is special with this camera because of that medium format sensor. So overall, I highly recommend this lens, $1,099. It's February 2020 right now. This lens is going to start shipping this month in February 2020. This body right here, the X1D2 with the 45P, is a perfect combo for street shooting, for landscape, for portraits. Whatever it is you want to shoot, you can take this camera with you every day. The only thing I recommend with the X1D2 is to have a spare battery or two. The battery life is not the best on this camera. If you want to see my written review of the 45 or the X1D2, I'll have a link in the description below, but check out stevehufffphoto.com. 12 years of real-world camera reviews, and I only review what I like. I don't review everything that comes out. I don't put out news blurbs every day. If something comes along and is sent to me that I really like, I review it for you guys. I talk about it with you guys, and if I get something that I don't like, well, you never hear about it from me because I send it back and say, no, thank you. So that's how I do reviews. It's how I've been doing them for 12 years. And I thank you very much for watching this. If you like what I do, thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Have an amazing week.